Philippines. Local health officials are on alert as the United States cites its first case of the deadly Ebola virus. There have been no confirmed cases here, but the virus spread by contact with bodily fluids is a global threat. Tonight, Keishla Adley talks with a health official who says the Bahamas remains on guard.
It's a name synonymous with the most ghastly infections from afar. But today, Ebola has reached the Western world with a single case in Texas, which officials there are trying to keep contained. A social media message which spread like wildfire 2 weeks ago, speculating about a case in the Bahamas, perhaps put health officials on alert. Although all hopes are against local cases appearing, health officials say they must be realistic.
We know there are going to be, at some point, passengers who are going to travel to the region that are going to have Ebola. Given the size of the outbreak in West and Central Africa, you know it's going to continue to grow. All of the projections through CDC, through the World Health Organization and the Pan American Health Organization say this is going to grow significantly from where it is over the next few months.
The latest outbreak of Ebola is ravaging West Africa with 7,000 cases to date, more than 3,000 of them fatal. Right now, a local plan is in process covering every element from border protection to hospitalization.
In the health sector, both in the public and private health sector, we've gathered together the stakeholders that really have to worry about taking care of the patient so that when a patient comes in, no matter where they're identified within the system, we know what we're going to do to isolate the patient, to protect our healthcare workers, and deliver the type of care that we know needs to occur, but while also making sure that the population's protected. Our other stakeholders outside of that include those people at the ports of entry, to include customs and immigration, those people who may be involved even from a non-healthcare standpoint.
There are more specific plans too, which may help to allay fears over a mass spread of the disease, with symptoms like hemorrhagic fever, headache, joint and muscle pain, and weakness.
Patient that were to come in suspected, whether it was someone who was already in country or we were accepting them for care from the outside, not knowing that it was Ebola, we know that we have the type of isolation facilities in place that would be required to keep the patient from exposing more people, whether that's healthcare workers and or the general population. You do also have to provide care for them. So we have made an inventory of the amounts of personal protective equipment we have so that those people that are charged with taking care of the person, whether in transport or while they're actually a patient and being cared for, we know what levels of personal protective equipments we have, and if we need to mobilize resources from the region, we know that who we're going to tap into. So we've partnered with the Pan American Health Organization.
The plan is backed by the support, should it be necessary, from the Pan American Health Organization. Speaking to the public outcry, which often accompanies perceptions that disease outbreaks aren't announced soon enough, Brennan says the practice is to disseminate such information when health officials have all the facts. Keishla Adderley, ZNS Network News.